Every step through the spooky woods felt like entering a different dimension. I remember that night vividly. The air was cold and a thick fog blanketed the forest floor. Shadows danced eerily around me as I walked deeper into the darkness. It was like the trees themselves were whispering secrets in a language lost to time. The rustling of unseen creatures made my heart race with fear. Each sound was amplified by the dense silence, and I couldn't help but imagine what horrors lurked just beyond my sight. The path ahead seemed to twist and turn in unnatural ways, almost as if it were alive. The twisted branches of the trees seemed to reach out to grab me as I passed. Their gnarled forms cast grotesque shapes on the ground, making it hard to distinguish reality from the shadows. My flashlight flickered, casting brief moments of clarity before plunging me back into darkness. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched by something otherworldly. Every hair on my neck stood on end, and I felt a cold sweat trickle down my back. It was as if the forest itself had eyes, hidden in the blackness, observing my every move. And then I heard it, a low, guttural growl that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Panic surged through me and I quickened my pace, but the feeling of dread only grew stronger. My breaths came in sharp, ragged gasps, each one echoing loudly in the oppressive silence. Suddenly a figure darted across the path ahead, just a fleeting blur of darkness. I froze, my mind racing with questions and fear. Was it human, or was it something else entirely? I felt an overwhelming urge to turn back, to escape this nightmarish place. But something compelled me to keep moving forward. As I continued, the forest seemed to close in around me, the trees forming an almost impenetrable wall. The feeling of being watched intensified, and I could almost sense the malevolent presence that followed me, unseen but ever present. Finally, I stumbled upon a small clearing, bathed in an eerie, unnatural light. For a moment I felt a glimmer of hope, as if I'd found a safe haven amidst the terror. But that hope was quickly extinguished when I saw the ancient, twisted altar at the center of the clearing. It was covered in strange symbols and markings, and I knew deep down that I had stumbled upon something far more sinister than I could have ever imagined. The forest was not just haunted, it was cursed. With a final chilling realization, I turned and fled, my heart pounding in my chest. The shadows seemed to claw at me, trying to drag me back into the depths of the haunted forest. But I didn't stop running until I was far, far away from that place. Every step through the spooky woods felt like a nightmare, and it's an experience I will never forget. If you ever find yourself in a forest that feels off, trust your instincts. Some places are better left unexplored. Stay safe and remember, the darkness holds more than just shadows.